Alright, hello everyone. As I bring up, yep, I am in fact recording and everything is looking good. Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and game number 1 in a series between HLA and Rudan here on, I believe this is Nomad Isle. I keep on forgetting the names of these maps after so long. If I was a full-time caster, I would memorize everything about these maps because it would be my job. But then again, this is a hobby and I shouldn't stress too much, as my wife does kindly remind me from time to time. Now, on the top right-hand side of the map, we have Rudan spawning as the red Night Elf player. Yes, he is going to be going for that Altar of Elders and setting up that Ancient... Oh, is that Ancient of War off over here? It looks like he will be creeping with that Archer and then just tanking it as much as possible. Pretty standard MO, if you ask me. Meanwhile... excuse me, I did not cough into the mic. Ziggurat, Altar of Darkness, and Crypt is being laid down here. There is a Tomb of Relics. Obviously picking up that Rod of Necromancy in just a moment, as the Acolyte is already on the move. Now, it looks like this is going to be a standard Death Knight Ghoul opening with Unholy Aura as the strategy to try and take down and punish a Demon Hunter who is going to be Ancient of War creeping. Now, for a long time, players were wondering and trying to find a way to stop this Ancient of War creeping as an Undead player, because it gave Undead players, the Night Elf players, such a strong advantage in the early portions of the game. They were able to creep effectively with that Ancient of War and got that hero up in high in level rather quickly. Now, what was the counter? To try and get a whole bunch of ghouls, get Unholy Aura, and then move out very, very quickly to just do a whole bunch of damage with your units straight up. As the Ancient of War is creeping here, you can see that he cannot train anything. Also, what HLA did was a very smart move. He purposely aggroed both sets of creeps at the same time. Now, Rudan is going to be forced to try and use 3 Wisp to repair this, but this is a lot of damage, and the Ancient of War goes down early. This is going to put Rudan in a very uncomfortable situation, as ghouls are now arriving to the party, and Rudan, I guess you could say, just got a little bit greedy here. If perhaps he had spawned in a better location, he may have been able to sneak away from this. Rudan needs to be safe with that Troll Shadow Priest. He risked a lot to get that Troll Shadow Priest early in order to get this mercenary camp off, and now he needs to build another Ancient of War to really make anything happen. Now, coming back over here, we do not see an Ancient of War being placed down. I don't know what Rudan's waiting for. There it goes. But that is significantly delayed, as the Troll Shadow Priest should be healing up this Demon Hunter in just a moment. However, HLA already going in for the killing blow, it appears. He has a whole bunch of units, and there is a quick surround. Oh, an abolish magic from the Troll Shadow Priest in order to take down the one unit there. You can see that the Demon Hunter has taken a mana burn and now taken a death coil, and the Death Knight did not go for Unholy Aura. And as soon as this Ancient of War gets taken down, I believe HLA is just going to make very short work of Rudan here. This is not your typical game. Most Warcraft 3 games, a lot of the times, you can just say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to let you creep. I'm going to creep and do my thing. And no, that is not what's happening here. HLA is just absolutely punishing Rudan at this point. And if somehow Rudan was able to make a very strong play coming back into here, I would be absolutely amazed. He needs to set up an Ancient of War and kind of hide it in order to get more archers. The problem is he really needs Huntresses in order to fight back against this Ghoul army. You can see the Death Knight now just sitting off over here. There's the Demon Hunter again, who is rather lower on mana, so he is not going to be able to just use those Moonwells nearly as effectively. You can see that the Null Poacher will get taken down here, and what is going on? The little bit of a lag right there, as the Null Poacher is going to get taken down. Death Knight now up to level 2, and now with Unholy Aura going to be extra strong. The Death Knight at level 2 sends back some lower hit point ghouls. Very, very smart there. You do not want to be feeding experience to the Death Knight, and another detonation there that does give experience to the Death Knight, or sorry, the Demon Hunter, but the Demon Hunter really cannot survive these fights like this. Alright, the Troll Shadow Priest should be using that Moonwell juice to his advantage, trying to heal back up. Yes, he's going to be healing himself back up right off over here. Meanwhile, what's happening next? The Demon Hunter continuing to engage, now needs to back off. I still don't... Oh, the Ancient of War being built back over here. Yeah, I was going to say Rudan building that Ancient of War right there was rather a risky maneuver. He is now also going into that Hunter's Hall for those Huntresses that I mentioned earlier. Now, this is a rather strange place for the Death Knight. The Death Knight really can't creep all that well with those ghouls, so he needs to continue this pressure in order to keep his advantage. The problem is that there's not much he can really do against the Night Elf base since the buildings actually attack back. We are going to see the Death Knight, however, surround the Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter pretty much just fell asleep right there. Not exactly sure what happened. And Rudan very, very smartly pulled away some of the mercenaries, or some of the guys over here, and then was able to hire up another mercenary. I don't know if that was banned. I believe that was banned on only one of the maps, Terranus Stand, where you weren't allowed to pull creeps anymore. You actually had to creep it out, as the double troll Shadow Priest are very effective here. You can see that the Death Knight now wandering around here. It looks as though, yes, the crab will get taken down, and the units are all on a run once more. Boots of speed onto the Death Knight. The Death Knight still wandering around here, and the Death Knight gets up to level 2. Is it going to perhaps tech immolation? Or that would be really, really interesting right there if it was able to tech immolation. Or, oh my gosh, this is a lot of damage, and the Death Knight falls at level 2, but the Death Knight and then the Demon Hunter. Wait, I don't know who died first. According to the log here, it says the Death Knight died first, and then the Demon Hunter. You guys on the instant replay can perhaps look and really tell me what happened there. I didn't know who got the experience first. The Death Knight did not get to level 3, so that's one way to look at it. But what is this? More ghouls. This is equivalent to a whole a Zerg rush here now. Just a whole bunch of ghouls running across the map. The Death Knight being brought back over. It looks like the Death Knight did gain some experience. I don't know if he gained the experience off of killing the Demon Hunter. We'll have to see what happens to the Demon Hunter when he's out on the field. But the Death Knight is already very strong at this point. No backpack upgrades. Sacrificial Skull would be deadly at this point, as the Death Knight does have very fast regeneration. Alright, we are now going into Daybreak, which means that the regeneration rate on all of those Night Elf units is not going to be nearly as high. Units are now trying to pull back. There is no Ancient of Wonders back here, as we are looking at Rudan trying to get back. Alright, one Troll Berserker quickly surrounded, uses a Moonwell to try to stay alive, quickly gets taken down still, as the Death Knight now up to level 3. Demon Hunter is about to pop on out of here. And HLA having the foresight to try and come in. Yes, the Demon Hunter died first in the previous battle. As you now see, a Huntress is getting surrounded. All right, it looks as though, oh, that one ghoul survives at 5 hit points, and we are still fighting in between two trees. The Tree of Ages, however, is not attacking back, as a Moonwell quickly gets constructed and then destroyed, and the Death Knight needs to make its way out of here. Alright, the Death Knight is running rather quickly. It looks like it will be able to get back with no problem. The Tree of Ages, if it was able to join in on that fight, would have been very, very helpful, as the Demon Hunter and Huntress still continue that chase. Death Knight extremely fast, now running all the way back home. May perhaps head back to here, train up a Lich. We are at Halls of the Dead. We are not at Necropolis, so we could be getting up perhaps a Naga Sea Witch, which would be a very, very strong hero of choice, as the Naga Sea Witch would allow for a lot of continual pressure. This 8-minute game, and it already feels like it could be over in the next couple of moments or so. One strong push by HLA and this game would be over. However, Rudan looking and just holding back continually and doing a surprisingly good job, as we are now looking at the Death Knight making its way over here. We can see that there are gargoyles coming in, and the gargoyles are going to spot the Ancient of Wind. This is extremely problematic for Rudan. Rudan wants hippogriffs in order to take down those gargoyles, but he needs very good numbers, since gargoyles are good anti-air units themselves. Trying to go for archers will not work in this situation, as there are so many ghouls that the ghouls will just surround your archers before any real damage is dealt to those gargoyles. We are now looking at all those units pulling back here. You can see them trying to focus down. Alright, there's the mana burn. The Troll Shadow Priest are taking a bit of damage. No Troll Berserkers out on the field. There goes an archer and these dual gargoyles, and this is a straight up build that HLA is executing absolutely perfectly. He will take down that Troll Shadow Priest in the back, and pretty much that will be GG. As the Death Knight gets to level 4, Rudan still sitting at level 2 with that Demon Hunter, and just waiting for the GG now. Rudan losing that Troll Berserker as I mentioned, and now only leaving behind one Huntress, one Demon Hunter. That Demon Hunter does not have an Orb of Venom, no way to take down those gargoyles, as there is the GG. HLA taking this game 1 very convincingly. And yeah, I just got to admit, if you take a look at the units killed, 22 to 21, it doesn't seem like Rudan was too far behind, but I believe that also includes detonations on skeletal minions. And if you count skeletal minions, or if you remove skeletal minions from the units killed, Rudan was much further behind. He was never able to micro his units and really save them. HLA perhaps getting a little bit lucky, spawning in the right position to intercept and prevent Rudan from clearing out that mercenary camp and hiring up those units freely. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1.